Hey, what's happening, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Let's talk about Donald Cerrone versus Khabib Nurmagomedov. This is kind of a fantasy matchup. These guys may or may not fight in the future, but it still will be fun to talk about, so let's get into it. Donald Cerrone is 6 feet tall with a 73-inch reach. He's 36 years old right now. He has a total MMA record of 36 wins, 11 losses with 1 no contest. He also has a kickboxing record of 28 wins, 0 losses, and 1 draw. Cerrone has a black belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. He's a striking specialist and expert. These are some pretty incredible records. Cerrone has the most wins in the UFC, most finishes ever, and most post-fight awards or bonuses. Cowboy just had a great win over Raging Al Iaquinta. Cerrone is an MMA legend and a future Hall of Famer, no doubt. Cerrone always brings it. He's a super fan favorite because of that. He has a great personality and he's a character. He's the greatest fighter to never win a belt. He can beat anybody on any given night when he's on, and he's proven it time and time again. Khabib Nurmagomedov is 5'10". He has a 70-inch reach. He has a perfect MMA record, which is a rarity, 27 wins with 0 losses. He's the current UFC lightweight champion. Khabib has a black belt in judo. He's a multi-time world sambo champion and expert. He's an amazing freak wrestler that has been literally wrestling since a kid. Khabib is a monster. At this point, he's a complete mixed martial artist. His striking's to the point where he can more than hang with anyone on the feet, which he displayed multiple times already against dangerous strikers. This is bad news for his opponents because now the takedowns will come naturally and there isn't a desperation for him to force them. Once Khabib gets you down on the mat, that's where the real nightmare occurs for you, and you take vicious ground and pound until you break. That's pretty much Khabib's MO in a nutshell. This fight may or may not occur depending on if Khabib beats Dustin Poirier. There are a bunch of matchups to make. Tony Ferguson should also be in line for a title shot, but for the sake of this video, let's get into this possible fantasy matchup between Nurmagomedov and Cerrone. I'm a really big Donald Cerrone fan, as many others, and Khabib has really grown on me as a fighter. With that being said, Cerrone poses some challenges for Khabib, but I think Khabib is more of a problem for Cerrone than the other way around. Right now, Khabib is in his prime years of his game, killing everybody. Cerrone hasn't really shown us signs of slowing down, but he is 36 years old and he's been in a lot of wars. In the pure striking department, Donald is 100% better than Khabib. In the grappling department, for sure I'd give it to Khabib. I think Cerrone has better submission grappling for MMA, but overall with the wrestling and everything that encompasses grappling, I think Khabib is on another level on the mat. In this fight, I do see Cerrone being a challenge on the feet and dangerous early in the first 2 rounds of, let's say, a 5-round fight, but if Khabib can avoid getting caught with a knee or kick or big strike, he will eventually get the takedown and wear on Cerrone. Barboza and Cerrone are 2 different fighters, and Cerrone is craftier than Barboza on the ground, but the fight will go similar to that. Khabib has gotten fairly dangerous on the feet himself. He punches pretty hard and is getting more technical with every fight. I think he'll be able to hang with Cowboy long enough to secure the takedown or clinch up. And each round that Cerrone gets taken down and beat on, the easier it will be to do that in the next round. I think Khabib will win via dominant decision against Cerrone probably 7 times out of 10. Cowboy's often underestimated and guts out wins. If somehow he manages to keep the fight standing, I'd expect him to eventually pick Khabib apart. I don't think he's going to be able to do that, however, not for the whole fight. Nobody has been able to do that to Khabib to date. It's going to take a very high-level wrestler with one-shot KO power to give Khabib big problems. Stylistically, someone like Justin Gaethje is an interesting matchup against Khabib. I like Tony Ferguson also, just based on his varied skill set and trickiness, not to mention his awesome cardio. Anyway, I'd pick Khabib to beat Cerrone if these 2 ever meet in the cage, and he most likely will win via dominant decision. That's just my opinion. You guys feel free to talk about who you think will win in the comments section and why. Would love to read those opinions. Thanks for watching this segment, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.